Hi everybody, I'm Pafslash, and welcome back to yet another episode of Legend of Zelda. Nope, Heroes Trails in the Sky. In the last episode, we did whatever we could do. We, Was that a scratching on my door I heard? No, I guess not. We got freed from prison. That was an exciting ride, wasn't it? And we, now have Olivier with us permanently. And we also, so some stuff happened. There's apparently been a good few burglaries in the city, so we are here to investigate that. So let's go down here and see what you got. Hey, you there! Okay, what? Is something wrong? Thought I'd better give you a word of advice. Even if you are representing the mayor, and at the end of the day, you are all still civilians. We cannot have you wandering around here in the middle of our investigation. Who do you think you're talking to? Your advice seems rather more like a threat. I'm just saying you need to know your place. But if you're so adamant about investigating the matter, then do it after we've cleared out of here. If we get any more trouble out of you, then I'm going to have to give you all a personal invitation to jail. It's gotta be all like dramatic and stuff. To jail! Forget about it, Estelle. There's no use arguing with these gentlemen. Ha! For an ass in a lion's skin, you sure know how to throw your weight around, Mrs. Soldier. What did you just say? May I ask what's going on here? Man's voice. Who could this be? Looky there. Who's that? Colonel. For a soldier in the prestigious Royal Army to be threatening our good citizens, that is an outright embarrassment to us all. But these aren't just civilians, sir. They're members of the Bracer Guild. Oh, is that so? Then I ask you once again, what is going on here? The army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. What do you intend to accomplish by being rude to our allies? But as far as the general is concerned... Ah yes, that sign of the general really concerns me. I'll take over the investigation from here, so please take your men and clear out. But sir, your men have been here since early this morning, so I presume that sufficient investigation have been conducted by now, yes? I'll smooth things over with the general later. Is there anything else you wish for me to address? No, sir. Alright men, pack it up, we're returning to the Hacking Gate. They kinda run off. Looks like that's that. It seems that some of our personnel were rather impolite. Please allow me to apologize. I appreciate the gesture, but we made some slightly inflammatory remarks as well, so how about we let bygones be bygones? That suits me just fine. As I stated before, the army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. I think our two organizations working together grants us each the ability to make up for the other's shortcomings. Looking forward to any progress you make with this recent series of events. We'll do our best not to disappoint you. He seems like a decent guy. Yeah, I wonder who he is. Colonel, it's almost the appointed time. Oh, already? Excuse me, but it appears I must take my leave. Oh, but before I do, it looks like I haven't properly introduced myself. I am Alan Richard, a colonel in the Royal Army. If there's anything I can do to assist you, please don't hesitate to contact me. Okay. Well, that's a nice guy. Colonel Richard? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Niall was the one who mentioned his name earlier. Is it something about him being a sharp young officer who leads the Royal Army's intelligence division? Oh, right. Wow, for someone in the military, he sure knows how to listen to others. Probably in his mid-30s, and it's not hard on the eyes either. He seems like he's more fit to be a politician than a service member in the army. Hey, you guys! Niall, what was that? Who was that you were just talking to in a black uniform? I could have sworn I seen the. I can speak. I know I can. Are you trying to tell me you didn't recognize him at all? That was Colonel Richard of the Intelligence Division. You know, the guy you mentioned earlier? What? You're not pulling my leg, are you? As fun as that would be. Nope. He said so himself, so I'm fairly confident he is who he says he is. To think that the legend himself would show up here. We can't wait around here like this any longer, Dorothy. Let's see if we can catch up to him. Aye, sir. Well, I'm really not sure why you're chasing after anyone. Did you see his eyes light up? I wonder if he's going to do an interview or something. Anyone else in the army would brush him off, but I'm sure the colonel will oblige him. Olivier. What's the matter with you, Olivier? You look serious, and I gotta say, I find it creepy coming from you. I was just thinking about the Colonel. I'll be the first to admit he's quite the specimen of a man. But what? I can say with confidence that it doesn't stand a chance against me when it comes to the ladies. But I'd like to see him try just a little harder. It's no fun without a romantic rival. You just had to ask, didn't you, Joshua? I'll regret this for the rest of my life. Alright, let's see here. Now that the soldiers are gone, how will we resume our own investigation? Let's start by talking to all the people we couldn't talk to earlier. Good idea. Indeed, that is a good idea. Let's just check my overall recordings and whatnot. Let's see here. Let's go in here and see. Hello there, madam. Oh dear me. Weren't you the braces who coming to ask more questions not that long ago? Alright, we did come before. I'm really sorry I couldn't talk to you then. So what you came around to ask is about what happened last night, right? Yes, that's right. Is this a good time for you? Yeah, this is a good time as any. Generic old woman voice, I'm sorry. It was in the middle of the night, you see, when I heard a noise coming from outside, and I, of course, thought it was my husband coming home at such a late hour, so I opened the door and started yelling. And it turned out to be a group of masked men coming out of the Orbital factory across the road. I thought my heart was plumb gonna stop right then and there. Although it turned out the burglars were rather surprised and ran away to the north. I see, so it's the Sky Bandits, huh? So what you're saying then is that this house didn't incur a loss of any kind? Yeah, thanks to the mercy of the goddess. Can I ask you another thing? Is your husband coming home late mean that he went to the bar? If it was only that, that would be forgivable. In addition to being a no-good drinker, he's obsessed with this. Still raised her hand in a casting motion. Question marks again in plenum of 3. Oh, I get it. You mean fishing, right? I see now. That's right, he loves fishing more than life itself. Just yesterday he said something about catching some smelt and took off to the lake in the south. And to top it off, he still hasn't come back. So you're saying that he doesn't know anything about the incident? That's exactly what I'm saying. And when that good-for-nothing husband of mine gets home, he's going to get what for, let me tell you. Oh, well, speaking of which, hi honey, I'm home. Phew, what a day I had. I was fishing patiently all morning, but I have nothing to show for it. Oh, what's this? Do we have guests? You see that, old man? My goodness, woman, what kind of fiery tempest has gotten into you? I don't know if it's rude to act like that in front of a guest. If I was being rude, that would be you. I'm dumbfounded that my own husband can just take off to do what he likes at a time like this. What do you mean by at a time like this? Maybe I should explain. Joshua gave Mr. Kuwano a brief explanation regarding the burglaries which transpired the previous night. Good, all well and good. Burglaries by Sky Bandits? You don't say now, that is terrible. But I think that I hightail it out of here after my wife hollered at them, it's hilarious. I guess they gotta experience this seal effect firsthand. What did you just say? Let's all calm down now, shall we? But to think that the Sky Bandits came in the night like they did, and then it just disappeared like that. I wonder if it had anything to do with that thing he was talking about the other day. He? What do you mean? Oh right, you don't know him. He is my fishing buddy. He's staying at the inn down at the lakeshore of the south of here. If I remember right, he said something about seeing a strange bunch near the place the other night. A strange bunch? Now this sounds really interesting. Can you tell us a little more about what you've heard? Sure, I don't mind, but I'm just going to tell you up front that it is all hearsay. From what I heard, he just happened to see them by chance as he was out fishing during the night. He saw them leave by way of the inn's front door and then out onto the road. However, when he asked about the inn, the inn in the morning, it turned out that no one like that had stayed at the night there. Yeah, that is rather odd. So was there any type of burglary at the inn? No, nothing of the sort. In fact, it's quiet there, all the meals are great, and it's, well, a place I'd recommend to anyone. But best of all, it's a prime fishing spot. Though there weren't any definite clues related to the incident, we did manage to hear a few interesting bits. I concur. I especially like the one about that described all the delicious food at the inn. That's not what we're talking about here. Although I did find the fishing part to be rather interesting. Unfortunately, if there's nothing going on there, then I guess it wouldn't be worth investigating. Actually, I think it's quite the opposite. If someone had been careless and caused a problem, the army would have thoroughly investigated it. Conversely, the possibility of the Sky Bandits appearing where there's nothing happening is rather high. Oh well, I guess that's one way to think about it. And in light of the series of incidents, there's either a spy in the army or the Sky Bandits that are a really clever bunch of thieves. It'll be extremely difficult to corner them only by investigating the incidents which have occurred. We'll need to get one step ahead of them by tracking their movements. I see, so what you're saying is that we should take an offensive stance rather than a defensive one? Then how about we get along going? After the beautiful Valeria Lake, extolled in many a rhyme as the Pearl of Libelle. Pearl of Libelle. That's a very funky, fresh rhyme, if I do say so myself, Olivier. Hats off to you. So, our next destination is clear. We are going down to, let's open the world map, Valeria Lakeshore, which we'll see is just south there by, of course, the lakeshore. And it's right by some tower, which is also intriguing. But there, alas, not... yes, so anyway, before we go there, though, I want to visit the good old Signs, Arms and Guards to see what he has to sell. Because Shera is in dire need of a new whip. And I believe, actually, I was just looking there, I didn't have much money. But then I just remembered that I believe if we go to the guild branch and talk to Lugren... Oh, you're headed to the Inn of Lakeshore, are you? Well, then all you need is fall in... Wait, actually... I know this, but can we report anything? Yes, we received some payment from Mayor Mabel for your investigation, blah blah blah. There we go. We get 6,000 Mira. That is a whole bunch of fucking Mira, I tell you, mate. Which I will promptly proceed to spend. Let's see now. Hello there, Mr. Shopkeep. Would you be interested in taking my money? Let's see, I have the best armor, the best boots. Actually, no, Shera needs better footgear as well. Let's see here. Prevent seal, sleep, freeze, blind, poison. I can't remember which one of these would be good to have. So I'll just buy one of these and one of these. And that means I should have a lot of options to choose from, I guess. And which I will promptly, let's see, equip stuff to Shera, including boots and whip. And Olivier, I don't presume you don't have any equipment, or well, accessories, I mean. So I'll give you the seal, because that's actually something you might need. And then Estelle, you can have the black bangle, and Joshua. Actually, no, the lighter. The black bangle is more of a Joshua thing, I guess. So there we have that. I could buy more accessories, but meh. I don't need too many of them. And I guess that is gonna be... Actually not, that's not gonna be all for one episode. Because in fact, I will spend the rest of this episode by heading down. So we don't have to do that at the beginning of next episode, which will take just more time. Wait, this isn't the right way? This is the entirely wrong way. This is out back where we initially came from. When we arrived here first. That's a long time ago. Holy shit. I believe we'll have to enter, or rather exit out the south way, down here. Right by the store too. Or the weapon store, yeah. This is a new Ansel path. Again, as a... It might start sounding a little bit repetitious at this point, but there is really no need to fight the monsters here. They award no experience at all, and it's really not worth your time. Of course, if you are at this level I am on. Which, if you're here, you should be. So, let us just slowly make our way down there. There is something I could point out, however, when we get a little bit further down this way. The tower, Amberl Tower, is apparently in here. And I believe it was like around here somewhere. It was right here. In between one of the earlier episodes, I actually went down here to fight a unique monster, a big monster, for a guild job. Which awarded a lot of money. And I just thought I'd point that out. That was a rather special fight. There was a lot of turtles. And I couldn't use physical attacks at all on them. But they didn't do any damage at all. whatsoever, so it was kind of fun. But anyway, this has been enough for one episode, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll meet you back, guys, in the next episode, so take care and goodbye, and see you in the next one, where we'll promptly head down to Valeria Lakeshore. See you guys then.